Inventory as it is at a historic low. So today's first slide here is just kind of the active inventory. And all this is numbers through the end of January. So we're down 57% year over year for that number, with just 1,900 listings active in January. And then that absorption rate is kind of that month's supply of inventory available. For several months in a row now, we've been under a 1 month supply. And in January, we were at a 0.9 month supply, which is down 62.5% year over year. And then what's that look like? So anytime supply and demand don't equal, that usually creates a couple things here. So our days on market is continuing to dwindle. So 38 days on market on average across our entire market area, which is down almost 42% year over year. And then the flip side, especially if you're looking there thinking about selling this year and capitalizing on some of that equity in your home, the median sales price has gone up to $212,000, which is a 16% increase over last year. And then just one more slide to look at here, pending sales and closed sales. So there are definitely pending sales and closed sales. They're just not staying on the market long, right? So pending sales were up almost 9% year over year, and closed sales were up a little over 10% versus last year.
Wow, thanks for that. So what does the supply of inventory really look like right now and looking back on the market in January?
Yeah, so what we like to do there is we do a lot of business kind of up on the north side of Indianapolis, that northeast quadrant, north central quadrant, northwest quadrant. So what we've been doing each month is just kind of looking at what's that mean across kind of 5 of our popular suburban areas: Fishers, Noblesville, Carmel, Westfield, and Zionsville. So each day we do one of these presentations, I just kind of go in and look at the total number of active listings in each one of those locations. And they are the lowest this month that they've ever been, right? I think the first time or two we did this, we were right around 500 active listings across those 5 suburbs. Today, we literally have a total of 238 across those 5 suburban areas, and a total of 8, only 8 are $250,000 or less. So that's really what that looks like from a very low supply inventory standpoint.
Yeah, it's an interesting market. Do you think that's a historical low?
It is. Yep. We definitely have been in a historical low supply situation for the last probably 6 to 8 months.
What do you think? Can you talk to us a little bit about how interest rates, where we sit currently, and how that affects things?
Absolutely. That's another one we like to try to take a look at each month. And so this month, what we're doing is kind of going back in history to look at the great 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and into the 2010s, right? So interest rates are still hovering near all-time lows. For last week, the average interest rate was 2.81%, so we're still under 3%. What I like to look at here is, in particular, we probably got a lot of people out there that might have been born in the 70s or 80s or maybe 90s, right? And so in the 80s, the average interest rate was 12.7%, right? So almost 10% greater than what it is today. So
wow.
Right now, the expectation is that we'll probably continue to hover around that high to low 3s for most of 2021. So it really is a good opportunity if you've been thinking about buying, or maybe even you're staying put. If you haven't refinanced at all in the last 1+ years, you would be doing yourself a disservice to not explore that opportunity and either maybe drop down from a 30-year loan to a 20 or 15, or just keep your same loan term but really drop down your monthly payment.
Yeah, very smart. And folks can reach out to your favorite agent on our team to get more information about that if you're interested. What are the latest numbers on new home construction?
Yep. So one of the ways, right, that you can try to make up for a shortage in housing inventory is what? to build new widgets, right? Or in this case, to build new houses. So actually, when we did this last month, I'm going to look at both December and January numbers because we did it early enough last month that we didn't have December numbers yet. And I want to point that out because it's excruciatingly remarkable, right? So for the month ended in December 2020, building permits were up 82% year over year for that month. And for the year, they ended up 24% higher than they were in 2019. And they reached their highest point ever since 2006, right? So the builders are out there trying to make up for that shortage in supply by putting new homes in the ground, right? And then the numbers here for January permits were up 45% year over year, and we've started off 2021 18% year over year.
Wow, that's amazing. I know that the inventory is contributing to that, but also things are changing with what people are looking for in their homes. So
Exactly.
lots of great reasons to get in touch and look into the new construction or listing your current home. So do you have any final thoughts to share with everyone about the state of the market?
Yeah, I always try to end with kind of maybe something to think about, final thought, so to speak. And we've talked a lot about, right, the increase in prices, the shortage of inventory. It's a crazy market out there, right? And there are always lots of good reasons to make sure that you're working with a licensed real estate professional, one that's experienced and knowledgeable and really does a large number of transactions each year and gains the experience and insight that comes from that. And in particular, in a market like this, that's more critical than ever, right? And so these are just some of the things to think about. But by all means, as always, if you're thinking about buying or selling this year, we're here for you, and we'd definitely love the opportunity to help.
Yeah, thanks for that. This information is so interesting, even as someone who's bought and sold recently. It's really, really astounding, the difference and kind of where things are today. So I so appreciate you sharing all this with us, Bob. And thank everyone for joining us today for our brief chat about the state of the market. And we would love to hear from you, help you with any of your questions or needs. If you would like to reach out to us, you can reach us at info@eveloteam.com or call us at 317-863-9011. And we'll see you soon.
Awesome. Have a great day.
Thanks, Bob.